All right, welcome back to the Homestand Show. Albert Vartanian, Justin Pooni. A ton going on in the sports world. We're talking so much about hockey and basketball. Lots happening. But CFL Week 4 coming up.
Man.
Got the Argos, BC Lions, two undefeated teams going down on Monday.
The defending champs against the potential
yes.
2020.
You got a special guest for us today.
Great Cup champs. Yes, we have the owner of the best team in the CFL right now, Mr. Amar Doman, joining us today on the show. Amar, I want to thank you for joining us today. First things first, let's get into the team and the product on the field because it's been absolutely stellar. Just to talk about how impressed you are with your team after losing Nathan Rourke in the offseason, that whole transition period to now to get off to such a hot start this season.
Yeah, I think, first of all, thanks for having me, guys. I think number one, the consistency of the coaching staff and pretty much all the teammates together, except the quarterback, of course, most important position. But really, Vernon Adams has come in and really, last year he played 6 games, went 4-2 with us. He has that sort of feel around the locker room. He's got a leadership role there that he's taken on very well. So it just kind of folded really nicely into the start of the season. And coming out of the gates, the coaching staff, the team, everybody's playing really well and doing well, I should say. So it's a very nice start to the season for the Lions.
Now, Albert, I don't know if you witnessed it on the Lions home opener. They had your guy, LL Cool J, perform.
They did.
They had One Republic last year. We're always talking about how ways the CFL can become cool and really relate to the younger demographic. What was it like dealing with it, or what was the thought process, of getting a band like One Republic and a guy like LL Cool J to perform at BC Place?
Yeah, these things are challenging to get done, number one. But what we're after out here in BC is a rebuilding of the fan base, starting with the youth. You've probably heard me talk about that a little bit, and it's working. And, not only, is the team doing well, and it's exciting, our social media is exciting, but really putting a catalyst like a great band in to really kick off the season, draw attention to the CFL. We want all CFL teams to be successful, not just the Lions. We want everybody. We want this league to get stronger. We think the ownership groups across Canada are going to continue to, I hope, follow BC and invest in the team, invest in youth football, amateur football, and really invest in the community to get people rallying back around the CFL. It's such a great product. It's such good football. We have got great athletes. We just need to pump it up more. And by throwing big events, I really believe that's going to continue to draw good attention to the CFL. And quite frankly, it's working.
Now, can you tell us anything about LL Cool J? How was the guy? How was he, to meet him in person?
We sure did. He came up after his performance, which was, he brought the house down, didn't leave anything. He just gave it all. He came up and hung out with us for almost a full quarter. Then he was off to New York with his crew. But the guy couldn't have been nicer. He was very grateful. He took pictures with a lot of us, and what an all-star. It was nice to have hip-hop royalty in the house.
Now, Albert, he also did say that Vancouver is the best place in the world for food.
Right.
I know anytime I could throw a nice jab about my hometown towards Toronto is always nice. But let's go back to the marketing strategies. I think it's really important how you mentioned that the youth and the younger demographic, when you guys are planning all these theme nights and these different events throughout the season to get people just in the building, what's the strategy to get and really attract those younger people to come into BC Place?
For sure. So number one, my kids are involved in football. That really helps as well, spread the word. But we've got our team out there, and I mean the team of, our marketing team, our ticketing team. They're out visiting a lot of amateur sports, youth sports, drumming things up. For our next home game against the Alouettes here on July 9th at 4:00, we've got FamFest. So we've got all sorts of, like Avenger characters, Marvel. We've got all these things going on. Street party outside, $5 beers. It's an event before the game starts. And we were very fortunate, asked for and received 6 4:00 starts here on weekends. And these 4:00 starts are awesome for the West Coast because it's good for the East Coast for you guys watching out there because after 10 gets pretty late. But people coming to a game here can get home safely. They can come in the afternoon, be finished by 7, because one of the curses of the CFL, of course, is it's summertime. And all of us Canadians, we really endear our summertime and need it. And then you got to go into a football game. It's sometimes hard. There's barbecues, there's boats, there's things going on. So this allows you to have the evening. So we feel very fortunate to have these 4:00 games, but we're really investing in the party around before the game, some things after the game. After the game, the kids can run on the field, throw footballs. We'll have players there. So we're really engaging the fan base directly with what we're doing for each game. And then after that game, the Saskatchewan Roughriders are coming to town a couple weeks later. We've got a watermelon smash going on. We've got, watermelon themed margaritas out front, and we're doing all these different things for the game and really engaging the fan base, making each experience different.
Now, you also have some initiatives where you guys attract fans from all over the province of British Columbia, such as the Ferries. You shuttle them from the ferry terminal to the games, the interior. How important is that for you to make sure the whole province of British Columbia can get behind and support the Lions and actually come to watch games?
It's right at the top of our list. And I'm an island guy too. So I remember, trying to get over for games, and we're trying to make it easy. You just get on the ferry. Once you get off, we'll drive you to the game and back, get back on the ferry and you're home. And those 4 o'clocks really help with that. Also, if you're driving down from Kelowna or the interior, you don't have to spend a small fortune, because hotel rooms in Vancouver, it's ugly here now. It's very expensive. And my job is to make sure that the CFL game and the BC Lions is affordable for all British Columbians. They can get there on time, get home safely, and really have a good experience and not have to worry about hotel rooms or very expensive tickets. We're keeping everything in line. We didn't inflate anything. We're really trying to make it an affordable, great experience. And year after year, Rome isn't fixed in a day. We'll just keep going at it and build something that's very reliable for our fan base here in BC.
Mm-hmm. I want to also talk about the CFL in general as a whole, because it's a league that I don't think it's the just due it deserves in this country, especially with the NFL being kind of the football king per se. And you've talked about how you're not in competition with the NFL. It's more so showcasing the importance and the uniqueness of the CFL. How important is it for spread that message across all casual sports fans across Canada? The CFL isn't the NFL, but it's something special there. It's something that anybody can, relate to.
Well, I think there's first of all, the NFL is amazing, and there's only one NFL, and we need the NFL. NFL promotes football, which overspills into the CFL, and of course creates a lot of draft opportunities for us as well. So that's fantastic. And I think what we need to do is, you just said it, we love the NFL, but we have to really focus as well on the CFL and have our Canadian fans come back and watch what a great game we have, and some unique rules. It's a great game, and we just need to promote it more. I believe in the big markets, and it's starting to come now. And I think Toronto winning the Grey Cup was a great thing for your city. Really amped things up. You had Drake hosting the thing and getting attention to it from your owners, and I think that's fantastic. And I think you guys are going to do more of that coming up. So we're out promoting the CFL. We've got it in the amateur leagues out here now. We've brought back all the CFL teams, which were invisible. It was all NFL out here when I got involved a couple of years ago after we bought the club. And now you've got the Argos out here, the Rough Riders. There's all the little kids wearing jerseys, and they'll start to understand who the CFL is by putting a jersey on their back. What better way, is there than, if you remember when you were a kid, the first jersey you put on it resonates with you. So we're going back to basics with these things to promote the CFL, and of course work with the NFL. There's no problem with that whatsoever, but let's get back going here on the CFL across Canada.
How do you think the CFL and the NFL can work together to grow the game? Is there something that one side can do to help the other, that can help promote the popularity, not just in Canada, but in North America?
Absolutely. It starts with flag football. And, the NFL's coming up doing things. We did one in conjunction with them last summer here. It went awesome. We had both, the Seahawks here and the Lions. We had, players. We had the dance teams. And then we had just a ton of kids playing flag football together and under both of us. And there's a lot of things we can do together. And quite frankly, we can coexist very, very well. We want a strong NFL and we want a very strong CFL. But really working together through flag football, I think, is number one on a strategy that works very well for children.
How do you compare being a flag football coach to what you do with the BC Lions?
I'll tell you, my day job's a lot easier than coaching these guys, I'll tell you. But, it is challenging, and it's so much fun and so rewarding to be right in the huddle. And I got to tell you, the experience has been fantastic. And we came third out of 17 teams, which I would say is a good achievement. And pretty proud of the guys. We got a good team there. And we had 4 different BC Lions teams wearing different colors out here, and all different CFLs and some NFLs. And the whole the league's on fire here. We had to turn kids away this year. There were so many.
Amazing.
Now, next year's also a big, big year for Vancouver in the CFL. Of course, they're hosting the Grey Cup. Can you give us any insight on who might potentially be the halftime show, or any interesting tidbits on the entertainment and the party that's going to be like in Vancouver next November?
Well, I can tell you, if my track record is good so far, watch out for the Grey Cup. We're going to go berserk there. But I'll tell you, the parties out here, my job is to, really reintroduce a whole generation of fans to the Grey Cup that haven't been there and haven't seen, this is Canada's biggest party, as we know. This is a full week of stuff. We've got some great things already planned. We're really excited about Hamilton. I'll be out there in Hamilton again. I was at the last one in Hamilton, and they didn't have the full Grey Cup party and everything with the COVID restrictions. This time it's open ropes. So we're definitely going to try and learn some things out in Hamilton, and then bring the big show to Vancouver in 2024 and really light up this city like it's never seen.
Man, looking forward to it. Amar, thanks so much for doing this. We really appreciate it.
Guys, thanks for having me on, and let's have a good game on Monday night.
Yes, sir. Take care. Okay, that's the
Thanks.
BC Lions owner, Amar Doman.
Yes, sir.
Interesting to hear
Yeah.
kind of what goes on behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, I think you witness what the Lions have done this year. They're kind of trying to make it cool to come to the games. Like you bring a guy like LL Cool J, One Republic, having $5 beers, $5 margaritas, just get those people into the stadium and then build them on their fandom.
You sold me on the $5 beer. I'm not really a margarita guy, but
Yeah.
I mean, I can.
You know what? You got to come to Vancouver, and
No,
I will
I've
show
never
you a
been.
good time.
I've never been.
We'll go to a Lions game. We'll get some $5 beers. We'll bring producer Sean too. There's no poutine dogs though. We have like
The Lions play a Tie Cats. Is that happening this year?
maybe
Oh,
Probably
so there
in
you go.
Hamilton.
Sean loves the Tie Cats. We go.
we can
all
meet
time.
the beer guy, your boy, the beer guy,
Who's the beer guy?
Dino.
Oh, I love Dino. You think Dino's going? He's going to be on the bus with the Hamilton Tiger Cats? I love that. Okay, coming up after the break, we're going to talk some more hockey, this time with Chris Meany of the FTN Network, friend of the show. Talk about Dubois, Tyler Toffoli, Timo Meyer.
A lot of
What does
moves
this
in the
mean-
NHL.
What does this mean
Lot of
for
moves.
Willie Nylander, by
Yeah.
the way? Is he going to want 8-8, 9, 10? Who knows? We'll talk about it coming up after the break right here on the Homestand Show.